Hello, and welcome to Campus Connection. I'm Tristan Nguyen.
And I'm Ali Canepa. Coming up on today's show, we'll be talking to a Japanese international student. We'll also learn about the new on-campus shuttle tracking device, and we'll take a look at how an online program can help you carpool with other Cal State Long Beach students.
Also, we'll look at getting prepared for an earthquake, and we'll talk to a psychology professor about NASA's $5 million grant to Long Beach State.
Later in the show, we'll see how on-campus organizations are being affected by budget cuts, how a new iTunes feature is helping students study, and a close look at our men's basketball team.
All of this coming up. But first, let's see how faculty members and students united together in a rally to stop further budget cuts. Angie Torres has more on the story.
Students fear further fee increases that they can't afford, while faculty takes paycheck cuts. A mock funeral protest was held on September 23rd to try to stop any more budget cuts that will affect students.
So many of my classes that I need for the upper division classes are full, and that will take me longer to graduate. I'll be like 15% of my financial aid, plus they raise the tuition. So
all Cal State universities are being affected. Students from different campuses, including from Northern California, came to share the problems they are confronting and support for the cause.
I am ashamed that my midterms are canceled now because of furloughs, and I'm demanding that student learning conditions are improved immediately.
The California Faculty Association helped organize the protest.
If we don't get the word out more broadly than just talking to each other, this is not going to change.
Students rallied in front of the chancellor's office, and after a few hours, they tried to enter the meeting, but were stopped by the university police. Without reason, the police only let one student go in.
I walked into the meeting, and they're carrying on, thanking the teachers for taking the pay cuts like if it was a choice when it wasn't.
Trustee members show sympathy and continue the fight, trying to figure out what is the best way out.
We have to maintain the investment in all the education that's going on, because that's producing the workforce that's needed for a recovering economy.
The fight from faculty and students continue. They're asking to halt any further budget cuts. More protests are scheduled to occur in all 23 campuses. This is Angie Torres reporting for Campus Connection.
Thank you, Angie, for that report. You know, these budget cuts aren't just affecting Cal State Long Beach students and professors. They are also impacting prospective freshmen and transfer students.
To discuss this issue more in depth is reporter April Hiros with Miyuki Tanihara.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. So I know you're a student at Glendale City College. So what's your major?
My major is accounting.
And are you studying marketing, or are you studying accounting?
Yes,
you're studying accounting. And which country are you from?
Japan.
You're from Japan?
Yes.
So when was your first time you tried to apply for Cal State Long Beach?
October 2008.
And that time, what happened?
I was not accepted.
And why was that?
I said my major is a business, and the officer said all business major need a 3.2 GPA requirement, and I didn't have a 3.2 GPA at that time.
So you tried to apply for Cal State Long Beach again?
Yes.
For the second time?
Yes.
Why do you want to come to Cal State Long Beach?
I was recommended from some of my friends who was a student in Cal State Long Beach.
So for the second time when you tried to apply for Cal State Long Beach, what happened? Did you get accepted?
No. Second time, I tried to apply for spring 2010, but because of the budget cut, all Cal State's university will not accept any student. That's why I couldn't.
So you could not even apply for it? It's not like you applied for it and you couldn't get chosen.
No.
You couldn't even apply for it?
No.
So how did you feel about that?
I was really surprised and disappointed when I heard the fact.
So what happened? What did you do next? What was your plan if you cannot apply for Cal State systems at all?
I considered working by using a OPT.
Which is optional practical training, right?
Oh, yes.
It's a working visa for international student after getting associate degree.
Yes, until next fall semester starts.
And so what happened? Did you apply for any jobs, or what's your plan for now?
Actually, I'm a scholarship student in Japan, and then to keep getting a scholarship, I have to transfer from college to university in less than 3 months.
And I understand you were accepted by Northridge, Cal State Northridge. How did you do that?
I went to Cal State Northridge to negotiate with officer in person for purpose of begging to let me enter to Cal State Northridge.
Okay, good for you. Congratulations, Miyuki. Thank you for joining us. Back to you.
Thank you, April. After the break, we'll take a look at what's new inside the campus shuttles, as well as Long Beach State's exciting new rideshare program.
I used to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon, the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
Welcome back to Campus Connection. Have you ever wondered when the campus shuttle is going to arrive? Well, that may be over. Campus Connection reporter Angie Diaz has more.
Cal State Long Beach's Parking and Transportation Services started a new contract with companies Synchromatics and Silverado Stages. Rideshare coordinator Elisa Thomas explains how the idea of a tracking system came up.
I would receive many calls from, students, faculty, and staff asking, where's my shuttle? Is it running today? Will it ever get here? Where is it? And I found a company called Synchromatics that offered all that information.
Some of the features offered are vehicle tracking and automated passenger count. The results are inputted automatically and placed into the live map on the website CSULBshuttle.com. Charter bus company Silverado Stages was hired to drive the shuttles. This brought new bus drivers, new shuttles, and a design for Long Beach State. The university decided to hire a new company because of safety concerns involving our previous shuttle company. Thomas mentions an incident where students were placed in harm's way.
One driver didn't want to wait behind a facilities vehicle, went in to face oncoming traffic to pass the facilities vehicle, and lo and behold, a car came over the hill and they were face to face, and he barely avoided a collision, barely avoided clipping the facilities guy.
Though the company provides new drivers, bus driver Michael Kay was requested to make the switch.
I could actually do better financially, but this is more rewarding.
Some of the students are unaware of the GPS tracking feature.
I had no idea that even existed, so no.
You can receive more information about the shuttle service at CSULBshuttle.com. For Campus Connection, Dan Hughes.
Great report, Angie. And now in a related story, Erica Enriquez is going to tell us about our campus's new rideshare program.
Students and staff gathered at the Maxim Plaza on Monday for the 2009 Rideshare Week. Students were signing up and spinning the wheel for free giveaways.
The rideshare program is about offering people a choice for more sustainable commute options.
According to Alyssa Thomas, the UPass program, where students and staff ride the LB Transit for free, set a new record with 7,000 members last month. The newest social network for the university is the ZimRide.
What we've done this year, we're offering 4 new programs. One is the ZimRide Carpool. And if you go to csulb.edu/zimride, you'll be able to check that out.
The rideshare is also working with the City of Long Beach to do a citywide bike and pedestrian count for the new bike and pedestrian lanes.
So Zimride is completely free for everyone to use. It's an online website at csulb.edu/Zimride, where you sign up with your CSULB email address because it's a private closed system just for the community here on campus.
The system searches itself every night at midnight, looks for the best match, and then emails the students for the best routes.
We also started for students that take the shuttle around campus. You can go to CSULBshuttle.com and see your shuttle in motion, how full it is, and how many minutes it'll take to reach you.
With your campus ID, you can go online and sign up and be part of the rideshare program.
I think the rideshare program is an excellent program. It offers a lot of different opportunities for students. I mean, we have the UPass, the Long Beach Transit for free. That's pretty awesome. I don't think any other school in the district offers that.
Now there are several transportation choices for students to get anywhere in Long Beach. The rideshare program at the beach is a great way for students to save money, sit back, and enjoy the ride. Reporting for Campus Connection, this is Erica Enriquez.
Thanks, Erica. We'll be right back with earthquake safety tips after this short break.
Diet and exercise are never easy. Then again, neither is dying. Type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. You can stop it starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better, get moving.
Welcome back to another segment of Campus Connection. Did you know that Long Beach State sits on several fault zones and an earthquake can occur without warning?
Reporter Carla Sanchez has more on how Cal State Long Beach students can prepare for the next big quake.
Southern California has a 50% chance of being hit by a magnitude 7.5 or greater earthquake somewhere in the next 30 years. And that somewhere can be right here at Long Beach State.
But we could have earthquakes possibly up to 7.3 and 7.5 on the Newport-Inglewood fault, which would be considered the big one in its devastation.
If a major earthquake happens here on campus, the Emergency Operations Center, located in the Horn Center, becomes an emergency communications base.
The purpose in having this facility is to essentially coordinate our efforts. When there's a major disaster, for example, an earthquake, we get people in here from the university community. They will make phone calls, they use computers, they get in contact with the outside, as it were, so we can get resources.
Students are encouraged to pick up pamphlets in the University Police Department to read about what to do when an earthquake hits and how to prepare for one.
In a classroom, and you've got a desk that you're sitting at, see if you can get under there. And if you can get under there, duck cover and hold on.
Students can also prepare an emergency kit to keep at home or in their cars. Checklists can be obtained through the university or the American Red Cross. Essentials should include plenty of food and water.
California is known as earthquake country, and although there is no way to predict earthquakes, we can always be one step ahead by being prepared. This is Carla Sanchez reporting for Campus Connection.
Thanks for the insight, Carla. I bet many of us didn't know we had an emergency center on campus.
I didn't. Now here in the studio is reporter Rena McSomble to speak with Dr. Tom Streibel about the $5 million grant Cal State Long Beach received from NASA. Rena?
Thank you, guys. Now, Dr. Streibel, we are aware that Long Beach State has received an outstanding $5 million in grants from NASA. Can you explain to us how Long Beach State was eligible to receive this grant?
Long Beach State it has been classified by the Department of Education as Hispanic Serving Institution, and the NASA University Research Center program is open only to universities that are either minority serving, Hispanic serving, or historically black colleges. Mm-hmm. So we qualified under the Hispanic Serving Institution. And so we submitted a proposal in July or in June, and we just found out in June that we were awarded the University Research Center.
And what was your reaction?
My reaction was one of, I think, relief, because we had been working very hard this summer, and we found out sort of right during a project we had been doing that was keeping us on campus a long time. Also excitement because this really gives us a chance to grow our human factors program that's located in the psychology department. And so we can really now create a nationally known center for human factors on campus. That's what we hope to do.
And you're the principal investigator for this project,
That's
yes?
correct, yes.
What do you hope to do with this grant?
The grant allows us to do, the purpose of the grant is to ensure that NASA has a qualified workforce in the future in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines. And the University Research Center program encourages and develops students in those programs by kind of a two-pronged approach. First, it strengthens the university program itself. Right. So we're able to do more research, we're able to support more faculty to do research and collaboration projects with NASA. And then second, it allows us to support more students and train more students in human factors on these projects. So we hope to grow the program and to attract more students to the program by both strengthening the faculty and the students and expanding the number of students that we can serve on campus.
Mm-hmm. And what is this program called that you hope
Well,
to?
we proposed a Center for Human Factors in Advanced Aeronautics Technologies. Mm-hmm. It's a expansion of a program that we currently have with NASA, and that we're looking at what's called the Next Generation Air Transportation System, which will be the future air traffic management system in the national airspace. So we're looking at new technologies that pilots may have in their aircraft and air traffic controllers would have on the ground, and looking at which of these technologies will best serve them and enable the aerospace industry to increase the number of aircraft in the sky without building new airports, things like that.
Thank you, Dr. Schreibel. It was a pleasure having you on Campus Connection. Back to you, Allie and Tristan.
Thank you, Rena and Dr. Schreibel, for coming on our show. Speaking of money, Long Beach State academic funds are being affected by budget cuts, and on-campus organizations and clubs are also feeling the impact.
Because funds are being cut, organizations are being forced to reduce the number of members being admitted. Here is Natalia Guerreri with more on the story.
For most, an interest in joining clubs is usually a positive thing. However, for organizations whose funds are being cut, it is not. Many of them are being forced to turn down students due to lack of funding for resources. Even programs designed to help students personally are facing cutbacks.
We have a program called Teamwork that's coming up in another 2 weeks, and we normally take over 100 students up to the mountains for a leadership retreat. We have to cut that membership in half.
The budget, which reduced the state general fund by $97 million in 2008 and 2009, also calls for an additional $66 million to be cut in 2009 and 2010.
The quality of the college experience is going to be diminished, and that's really a shame because we want students to graduate.
While some clubs on campus may have free or low membership fees, those requiring students to pay more have them questioning whether they can still afford it.
We felt a lot this year through the budget cuts because not as many women participated in recruitment.
Even the most popular campus organizations are having difficulty with retention. Many of them even offer their members special payment options in order to keep them.
And they come in and tell us their situation, their problem, what they can pay for, what they can't pay for, and we find out the right solution for them.
The solution for most organizations seems to be budgeting, figuring out how much and what to do with the little money they have on. Where each club decides to spend their money varies, but they all have one thing in common: they're here to stay.
President Maxson once said that if all you're doing is coming to school and going to class and that's it, not getting a full education. Clubs and organizations are essential to getting that education.
As we wait to hear what the state of California will do next, we are only left to guess what will happen to our student organizations if funding for our schools continues to be cut. This is Natalia Guerreri reporting for Campus Connection.
Thanks, Natalia. Coming up next, we'll learn about the new iTunes U. Don't go away, we'll be right back with more.
Making the world a better place is an intricate puzzle. And piece by piece, the women and men of Rotary have worked hard to fight hunger, promote literacy, and move the world toward peace. But there is still much to be done, still some missing pieces. And one of those missing pieces is you. Learn how you can help Rotary put together a better world at Rotary.org. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Welcome, and thanks for staying with us. Did you know that there's much more to iTunes than just music and videos?
The iTunes Store is now offering free educational audio and video content called iTunes U. Elisa Ramos has more on the story.
Cal State Long Beach students can now download supplemental classroom materials and podcasts through iTunes U. Professors and students can create podcasts and upload them to the Long Beach page on iTunes.
We have about a dozen active podcasters right now. You can post any media file, either audio or video, or audio with synchronized images, kind of like almost like a PowerPoint kind of idea. And you can also post text files that are like PDF files.
There are positive reactions to iTunes U by professors and students. Many believe the application is enriching their education.
Feedback we're getting from the faculty is that they love them. They love them, and the students really love them because they can look at them 24/7. They can review a concept several times.
Some faculty members are offering video podcasts for their students and say the instructional videos help prepare them for class.
I have a small group of students that will bring their iPods into class and view them on the iPods, which is nice. Most of them will watch them on the computer the night before.
The Department of Journalism recently started working with academic technology to upload the school's newspaper onto iTunes U every morning.
The thing about it which we are trying to get there is for people to start getting used to it, that, oh, the Daily 49er is available on iTunes. And the same way that people do with podcasts, they're going to subscribe to it.
Junior Nidia Garcia says her professors are not using iTunes U, but might be beneficial to some of the courses she's taking.
Maybe my English classes, because we cover a lot in class and it's helpful to review.
With iTunes U, there's no limit to what or where you can learn. There are many podcasts available and new ones are being added all the time. For more information on iTunes U, log on to itunesu.csulb.edu. This is Elisa Ramos reporting for Campus Connection.
Thanks for the report, Elisa. Who knew that iTunes had more to offer than just entertainment?
Basketball season is just around the corner, and Long Beach State's Blue Pyramid continues to symbolize athletic excellence.
And our men's basketball team plans to continue this winning tradition. Now, with an exclusive, is sports reporter Brett Timmons.
The men's basketball team has been rising before the sun and getting in the gym with only 1 week left until official practice. They've been working on their jump shots, closeouts, and much more in order to be able to hang with the elite teams they have scheduled to play this upcoming season.
Preseason is about measuring yourself and improving. You have an opportunity to take games, and some teams, you play a lot of easy games to get their confidence up. I didn't think we need that. I think our guys are very confident in who they are. I think we needed to be challenged to see where we stack up against the best teams in the country.
Although there is much speculation as to how this team will hold up against these high-profile teams, many fans know there are trophies to be won and what this team is capable of.
It's experience that you can't match anywhere else. You're playing the top teams. You're going to know how to play top teams. You're going to go to practice every day in non-conference saying we have to play our best. If you have that mentality, I think that can carry over into the conference and they can run away with it.
After going 15-15 last season and coming in second in league with no postseason play, this young team is ready to live up to all the hype.
We're expected to do well, and if we don't do well, that's going to be a disappointment because we're already have such high expectations that we need to actually live up to it this year. I think we're going to knock some heads off when we get there, and I think we're going to take down some teams that don't really see us coming.
The men's basketball team here at Long Beach State are working hard to prepare for opponents like Duke, Kentucky, and Texas. With an experienced young team and another solid recruiting class, this team is well on its way to doing great things. This is Brett Timmons with Campus Connection. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brett. We wish Coach Dan Munson and his team the best of luck.
Well, that's all for today. As always, we thank you for joining us on Campus Connection. I'm Tristan Wynn.
And I'm Allie Canepa. See you next time.